Danyo, oh what that dang dang. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku. Show them where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must criticize, we only criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. You know, decorum and of course temperate language we hit the hardest. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku. Show them all. And remember this one time, this is the voice of the people, and the voice of the people is certainly the voice of God. Now we have a number of issues we want to look at, and I need you to come along. It's deep. My brother, my sister. Now it's all over the place. The Airbus investigation report is finally here. Do we all remember this Airbus issue? We all remember how this Airbus issue, my brother, my sister, inundated our airwaves. My brother, my sister, inundated our politics, my brother, my sister. Today, my brother, my sister, it looks like there is an end to the Airbus scandal. Now, the Airbus was supposed to be a plane that was supposed to be imported into the country. And we were told that some money changed hands. In other words, somebody gave a bribe and another person received it. The former President Mahama was fingered in this, and his brother Samuel Mahama was also fingered in this. The special prosecutor at the time, Alamisi Amidu, made it clear that Mahama was actually mentioned in that bribery scandal. Mahama got so angry. My brother, my sister, let's listen to what Mahama said at the time when he spoke about the Airbus. Now, my brother, my sister, he was speaking in response to Martin Hamidu's proclamation that Mahama was fingered in that bribery scandal. This was what the former president said amidst claps and applause.
Presents a Japa shares. Amidu goes and presents a Japa shares. Amidu goes and presents a Japa shares. A Japa investigation. And I thought he was man enough. You go, they say, investigate a Japa. Present a report on a Japa. If you've investigated Airbus, present a report on Airbus. But in the Japa report, you know that it's going to be damning of this government. You go and put one paragraph there about Airbus. Nobody asked you about Airbus. If you were man enough, present a Japa and do a report on Airbus, separate. And then I'll come as a man and answer you on Airbus. If you think that I'm indicted on Airbus, accuse me directly. But because he's a coward, and they knew that a Japa was going to be discussed today, because he was a coward and he knew that they were going to discuss a Japa, so put a paragraph on Airbus to equalize the discussion. I mean, what stupidity is this? What stupidity is this? What stupidity is this? What stupidity is this?
This is 3FM.
What stupidity is this? What stupidity is this? What stupidity is this? What stupidity is this?
What stupidity is this? You are the voice of the frustrated John Dramani Mahama on this scandal, the Airbus. He was so frustrated, and today he's been exonerated. Now we could see the frustration in Mahama's voice. It's like you haven't done anything wrong, and people say that you have done it. Out of frustration, if you're not careful, you lose yourself. Like the former president lost himself in this case. I have never heard Mahama use such words like stupidity, foolish, coward, and all those. I have used those several times because I am who I am. He is who he is. He is cool and collected. He might not be as emotional as me. But in this instance, he lost it. And you heard him loud and clear. What stupidity is this? Today, my brother, my sister, I am reading something from Ghana Web that says, Airbus scandal, OSP Kles Mahama, former president's brother, others. The Office of the Special Prosecutor, the OSP, has cleared former President John Dramani Mahama and his brother Samuel Adam Mahama of any wrongdoing after it investigated the Airbus scandal. Speaking at a press briefing in Accra on Thursday, August 8, 2024, the Special Prosecutor, Kisieja Bing, pointed out that the Airbus scandal would not have made headlines around the world if Mahama was not identified as government official one, and that he was involved in it. He said that Mahama had good intentions in the deal to acquire the aircraft in the Airbus deal for the country, adding that his outfit found no evidence of corruption against Mahama. His brother, Samuel Adam Mahama, who was identified as intermediary 5 in the scandal, or any of the accused. Now, this is a boost for the campaign of former President Mahama, and is damning on the NPP that took this to the gallery and announced it in all quarters that Mahama was utterly corrupt. In fact, my brother, my sister, where is Kwame Nkrumah's Ghana Airways? It's been collapsed beyond resurrection. As Mahama said in this short statement that I played, because Amidu knew that this would be damning to the ruling party, he decided to add one paragraph of the Airbus scandal, even though he was not asked to equalize everything. Today, it comes like the gospel. Today is no more Ejapa, it's Ejapadie. From Ejapa to Ejapadie. My brother, my sister, Mahama has made it super clear that yes, it is still a big scandal hanging around the necks of all the big wigs of this mafioso like an albatross. I want to congratulate Mahama. I called for an investigation into the Airbus scandal. I didn't care who stole our money. I just wanted to know who it was and the punishment the person could have if they are not able to replace what they stole with interest. It's Ghana first. It's not about individuals. It's not about you. Neither is it about me. You could be as rich as whoever. My brother, my sister, if you are wrong, you are wrong. I am glad that some finality has been brought to this issue. And to Mahama, you don't need to speak much. Like you said before, you were kicked out of government. One day, Ghanaians will know exactly what you did. You know for sure you were not the best president Ghana ever had. It's an opportunity for you to attempt to be the best president this country has ever had, at least next to Kwame Nkrumah or next to Atta Mills. It is an opportunity. You stand a chance of being elected into power One more time. You have tasted it before. You stand a unique chance. Should you be able to grab this, please. The writing on the wall is so clear. Go for the prize. And the prize is Ghana. Today, Ghanaians have been killed in Europe. In England, on the streets of London, black people have been attacked and killed. And this reminds me of the xenophobia attacks in South Africa. I never knew a day like this would come. Almighty England will go out on the streets and be attacking immigrants, killing them, my brother, my sister. And today, Ghanaians are crying that they need the Ghana High Commission to come over and rescue them. If there is time, I will go into these attacks. But in the interim, congratulations to Mahama. But there is something interesting here about the Airbus I want to bring to your notice. And I'm reading this from the almighty3news.com. It says, OSP discontinues Airbus scandal investigations. Withdraws arrest warrant for 4 persons. So 4 people were accused. Mahama and Samuel Adam Mahama were just 2 people. Who were the 2 other people? Do you know? Now, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, OSP, has announced the discontinuance of any criminal investigation against persons named in the Airbus SE scandal, including former President John Dramani Mahama. This comes after the OSP said it was unable to establish any evidence of bribery against the individuals in the scandal after concluding its investigations. Now, announcing the news at a press briefing on Thursday, August 8th, that's today, 2024, the OSP noted that it would also withdraw its arrest warrant issued against some 4 persons and will not begin any criminal proceedings. Now, the special prosecutor has directed the closure of the OSP investigation into alleged bribery of high-ranking Ghanaian officials by Airbus SE through intermediaries in respect of the sale of military transport aircraft by Airbus SE to the Republic of Ghana between 2009 and 2015. And who were the people mentioned in this? Listen. Now, the OSP will not institute criminal proceedings signed against any person in respect of this investigation. Special prosecutor has also directed or authorized the officers of the OSP to rescind the 30th May 2021 warrant of arrest obtained from the Circuit Court of Accra for the arrest of 1 Samuel Adam Mahama, 2 Philip Shun, 3 Leon Sarah Davis, and Sarah Fairmont. So Mahama was the 5th person. Now these people are free. But I still want to ask a question to close this. So the Airbus SE people who allegedly told the British authorities that they paid bribes and they were ready for the punishment, they were punished and they paid, did they lie? I'm just asking. Did they lie that they paid bribes? Maybe they paid bribes, but not to our Ghanaian officials. The next thing I want to look at is coming from Peace FM Online. It says, Mahama to retire after 2024 elections. Ghanaians shouldn't vote for him. And this is Bawumia talking. And I read, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, the NPP, has urged Ghanaians to reject John Dramani Mahama in the upcoming 2024 general elections. He argued that a Mahama presidency would last only 4 years, making him unaccountable to the people, as he would not be seeking re-election. Oh my God. I leave it here. Hey. Bawumia is not a true Ghanaian. Better still, Bawumia is not a believer in the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana. The Constitution of Ghana mandates every president of the nation, my brother, my sister, to run for 4 years in his first tenure. My brother, my sister, he is supposed to run 4 years. Now, the people who put together this constitution, which has been running for only God knows how long, came to the understanding that 4 years is enough for any president, well-meaning president, with a common sense of patriotism, to inch the country forward. My brother, my sister, Bawumia says that 4 years is not enough for anybody to make any change and be accountable to the people. What comedy! What a joke! And these guys are called intellectuals. Your government is in power. If you think 4 years is not enough to be able to account to the people, then we will not even give you 4 years to start with. Because it is not automatic that after 4 years we'll vote you back. Therefore, we will not even try somebody who does not believe in the first step. If 4 years is supposed to be the first step to 8 years, my brother, my sister, and you don't believe in the first step, how do you begin a journey of 10,000 miles without a step? I am so flummoxed. I am totally, oh my God have mercy, inundated in shame. These are people who are supposed to be proponents of the Constitution, but they are utterly unconstitutional in their talking. He thought he was campaigning. Little did he know that he was showing his laziness in understanding the Constitution. His laziness in understanding what is meant by responsibility. You see, Paul Ambantem so why or sinning edikanfo. My brother, my sister, listen, it doesn't matter how long you live on earth. It matters your contribution within the period you lived. Please, can you write this down? I said, it doesn't matter how long you live for. It does matter your contributions and impact within the period that you lived. Kwame Nkrumah was born in 1909. He died in 1972. My brother, my sister, at the age of what? 61 probably, right? 1972. Kwame Nkrumah died. He was born in 1909. 72 minus 9 is what? He probably died at the age of 62, 63 years. Just after 60. Nana Akufo-Addo has lived over 80 years. If he's lucky, he would go to 90. If he's super lucky, he might go to 100. I don't know what will happen after 100. Can you compare his contributions to Kwame Nkrumah? It's not about how long you live. It's about the impact. It's about your impact within the period that you live. Bawumia is already thinking about being there for 8 years. Such ego, such arrogance. If you vote Bawumia, he's telling you that after 4 years he'll come back to you and tell you, I cannot account because 4 years is too short. Am I making sense? I'm saying Bawumia says don't vote for a man who will leave after 4 years. Because 4 years is not enough for any president, any government to account to the people. What a shame. Oh, what a shame. That means your constitution is useless. Your constitution does not have common sense. It's worse than AI, artificial intelligence. I am ashamed at these comments. The least I talk about this, the better. You see, these days our intellectuals, in fact, are dunderheads. A lot of our intellectuals have descended so low, they now think like dunderheads. They don't think with their brains anymore. You know what they think from? their stomachs. I leave it here. Yes, I do. Next thing. And my producer told me, please never leave without discussing this today. And I'm going to discuss it. This one I'm reading from my Joy Online. And it says, blame Akufo-Addo for failing to develop creative arts, not Okreku Mante. And this is my own former producer and good friend Baba Sadiq, a politician and an aspiring MP, talking. I read. Entrepreneur and National Democratic Congress parliamentary candidate for Okankwe Central, Baba Sadiq, has advised entertainment industry stakeholders to cease criticizing Deputy Minister Mark Okreku-Mante over unmet expectations. Speaking in an interview with DJ Slim on Daybreak Hits, the politician attributed the creative industry's slow progress to the government's inadequate support, not Mark Okreku-Mante's efforts. I reject with all disdain this assertion. Some of our politicians are cheap, very cheap. They are so cheap, and I'm not going to withdraw this. My brother, if you serve under a snail and you know you are a hare, what do? You run ahead of the tortoise, run ahead of the snail, and if he's stopping you from running ahead of it, what do? Push him aside and take the lead. Leave them out, resign. But because of their stomachs, they will continue being there like the hypocrites and weak and cheap people they are. And at the end of the day, they have people like Baba Sadiq who go, oh, don't blame him, you know. You have to blame the big man. For how long can you continue blaming the big man? If the big man is a tortoise and you are a cheetah, the tortoise and the cheetah cannot be friends, my brother. The tortoise is a slow-moving element, whilst the cheetah, prides itself in its speed and velocity. Hallelujah. Please write this down. I said the cheetah and the tortoise can never be friends because one is a slow element and the other one prides itself in the fact that it is full of speed and velocity. They can't be friends. Same way the barber and the Rasta man cannot be friends. One is looking forward to shaving you clean, and the other one is looking forward to growing his hair until it touches the ground. Hallelujah. Look, listen to this. These elements all follow Nana Akufo-Addo. Like the vice president said, he followed Nana Akufo-Addo as the mate. And for that matter, whatever Akufo-Addo was doing to the people, he didn't have a hand in it. Oh, what cheap politics. Oh, what cheap people. Oh, what traitors. Traitors of the nation. Hey, I work under a boss here. If I want to run and the boss is limiting me, I kick the boss aside and run ahead of the boss. And if I'm still restricted, I resign and run into areas where I can run fast. How many people agree with me? It's a coward who will hide under a tortoise boss when you are a cheetah, and then you say, oh, you know, the boss is limiting me, and you are a very cheap element. I wanted to use another word, but for decency and decorum, I have decided to shelve it. How can you tell me this? Why are our politicians so full of alibis? They are so irresponsible. And I am shocked at this lackadaisicity. What's wrong with you? Don't blame Okreku-Mante. Blame Nana Akufo-Addo. Because Nana Okreku-Mante sat under this guy for close to 8 years and did nothing. He sat down there because he knew this day would come, so that he would come out and tell us, oh, the old man was too slow. He was too slow. So he turned all of us into old men with Echo, aka Gbewa. La ilaha illallah. Subhanallah. I reject this. Anybody who serves under a leader, it could be a president, it could be a CEO, Massa, don't be a coward. If they are limiting you, leave. Sometimes I go to some companies, our boss is not accommodating the things we want to do here. He's not allowing us. You are a coward. Move out, blood clot. Move over. Why do you let people limit you? I will not work in any space where people limit me. I leave it here. Now the last thing I want to look at, and I'm going to close on this, and I'm reading this from City Newsroom. It says SNIT has made positive strides in recent years. And this is Osafo Maafo talking. How many of you remember Osafo Maafo? He was a former finance minister, former education minister, former presidential aspirant from his party. He is the special advisor to the president. The president holds him in high esteem. He is the Solomon of the prophet, of the president. I read. SNIT has made positive strides in recent years. Director General of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, Kofi Bosompim Osafo Maafo, says management has made strides in the improvement of the trust. I leave it here. So this is not Osafo Maafo speaking. It is his son who is speaking. He's saying that they have made positive strides. You know why he's saying that? Now the man who was the boss of SNIT for several years, they kicked him out in broad daylight, and they couldn't give us a reason he had to be sent away. The same way they treated Dom Lovo, because he was a thorn in their flesh. He wanted to put Ghana first, and no, they wanted to put Ejapadia first. They kicked him out in broad daylight with big grammar and decided to put Osafo Maafo's son, Kofi Bosompim Osafo Maafo, and he's blowing his own trumpet. Pom 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 ping pom ping pom ping ping. He's saying that they have made positive strides. Oh, why not? Ejapadie is on course. They have been able to try to sell hotels to their own cronies. Yes, SNIT has made positive strides. They have put their own there to be able to control the politics of this country and the people. Oh, what a shame. I leave it here. It's been the Blakk Pot.